Namo Nama everyone. So now today we'll be starting with a new lesson. But first of all, we'll be reading a poem, Malu Bhalu. Now this poem is written by Kamla Bhasin. She was an Indian developmental feminist activist, poet, author, and social scientist. Her work focused on gender education, human development, and the media. She lived in New Delhi. Now she was very well known for her work with Sangat, a feminist network, and for her poem क्योंकि मैं लड़की हूँ मुझे पढ़ना है. She resigned from her job at the UN in 2002 to work with Sangat, of which she was a founder member and advisor. Now this poem Malu Bhalu was translated from Hindi by Sandhya Rao. So let's begin with the poem. High up in an icy lair lived a little polar bear. Snow White, Snow Bright was her mane. Malu Bhalu was her name. Very soon our Malu Bhalu learned the things her parents knew. Fish to catch, big and small. Malu was a clever girl. So the poem begins by telling us that a little polar bear lives in an icy lair. Icy lair means a place where wild animals lie. Polar bear was living in an icy lair. Now this polar bear was very white, like snow, and her name was Malu Bhalu. Now she, starts learning new things. She picks up things from her parents. So she observes her parents and starts learning things like fishing, that how should she catch big and small fishes. So she was quite a clever girl. Malu said to her mother one day, Ma, I am going far out to play. I want to see the things that lie there beyond the big blue sky. A little patience, child, said Mum. In the summer when next it comes. Summer? Patience? What a test! Malu simply could not rest. So she was quite a clever girl. So soon curiosity hit her. She asked her mother to let her play far out. She wanted to explore new things, the things which used to lie beyond that big blue sky. So she wanted to see what was out there. So when her mother heard about her curiosity, she asked her to have some patience. She asked her to wait till summer, but Malu thinks that is a very big task, because summer is far away and she thinks it is a test for her patience. First things first, Malu's mum clasped Malu tight within her arms. Then she said, her voice was firm, Now my dear, you will have to swim. But Ma, said Malu, what do I know? How will I? I have never swum before. Don't worry, dear, said Malu's mother. Do as I do. That's all, she advised her. So after Malu's mother tell her that she should have a little patience, her mother tells her next that she is going to teach Malu how to swim. So Mother Bear clasped Malu tightly within her arms, so she held her closely. So when Mother Bear clasped her hand firmly, she is preparing her for the news. She says very firmly that Malu must learn how to swim. When Malu hears that, she gets a little worried. She is worried because she has never swum before, and she has no idea about it too. Then her mother assures her and asks her to follow what she is doing. She had no choice, no other way. Malu had to swim that day. Tight she gripped her mother's hand. Into the water splash to land. Brave mother's brave young daughter, doubt and fear she left behind her. Malu swam with all her might. It didn't matter wrong or right. So Malu was left with no choice. She had to take the first step. She could not escape that day. Malu tightly grips her mother's hand and goes into the water with a splash. Now, once she gets into the water, she becomes quite fearless. So it proves that Malu is a brave girl as her mother. She starts swimming with all her might. So, with great strength, she starts swimming. She does not care about anything else. She swims like a natural swimmer. She has no fear now. But swimming came so naturally, her mother knew this and all could see. Fearless was Malu, this she knew. Not just brave, but special too. So she swims like a natural swimmer, and her mother notices that. In the end, Malu's fearlessness makes her mother assured that she is a very brave girl. She also believes that Malu is not just brave, but she is also very special. So, this poem narrates beautifully the relationship between parents and their children. It explores how we learn everything from our parents and then we go out in the world because how they prepare us to face it. So, this was a very beautiful poem about a little polar bear who goes by the name Malu Bhalu. So, it takes us on a journey of her growing up. So, that's all about the poem Malu Bhalu, which was written by the poet Kamla Bhasan. Thank you so much.